Hello everyone, in this video we'll be looking at different types of text functions. That is, how we can alter or modify or format our text. Now, I have a set of data here which has first name, last name, email, gender, company and all these things. Today, let us try to get our data in different forms like the number of characters in it, or let's make into lowercase or uppercase and all those things. I'm sure that while you write a data or while you get a lot of data, all these letters might be in different formats. That is, some are in uppercase, some are in lowercase. Now, you want to format these things. Unfortunately, in Microsoft, we do not have an option to select all the data and just click on caps lock and it won't work. That's not how it works in Microsoft, right? So let's look at these functions today. I'm sure that once you see this video, you'll get a basic idea about how you can modify your text formats. Let's not waste much time. Let's get into the video. And the first function we are looking at today is the len function. Now, the len function is a function that is used to find out the number of characters in a text. So I have a text called April. Now I want to understand what is the number of characters in it. April. So there are 5 characters in it. Now I can't just sit and count each of these texts, right? So there comes the len function. I'll start writing is equal to len, which will return the number of characters in a text string, and I'll open the parenthesis, and I just simply have to select the text which I want to count the characters of. So here let me select the email ID, and I'll close the parenthesis and I'll click enter. See, there are 23 characters in this particular text. Now, I'll apply the formula to all the data by just double clicking on the right bottom corner of this particular cell. See, it is done. Next function we'll be looking at is search function. So, for example, in a data called mail, I want to understand what is the position of the word L in it. So here we know M is the first character, A is the second character, L is the third character. So the position of the letter L is 3. So let's see what is the position of L in female. So F1, E2, M3, A4 and L5. So here L is the fifth character. Let's try to find the character's position in the email ID. So the @ is here. So I'll put is equal to search, open the parenthesis, and then you have to put in which text you want to find out. So here I'm gonna find the @ position. So I'll write it as a string. So inside double quotes, put @ and close the double quotes and put a comma, and now you can select within which text you want to find it. So I want it inside this particular text, and that's it. Now you have one more optional argument here, that is the start number. For example, you don't want to start counting the characters from the first position, that is S here. You can also start counting from O or T or E or wherever you want to. So you just have to put start counting it from the fifth position. Now, I'm not gonna put any starting number because it is optional. If I'm not putting a number there, it will automatically by default start counting from the first position. Now, let me click enter here. See, @ comes at the 8th position in this particular string. I'll double click on the right bottom corner of this cell and it will autofill the formula to all the data. Done. Now, the next set of functions will help you modify the letter format. That is, whether you want to write it in capital letter, that is upper letters, or you want it in lower format, whatever. Now, for lower format, let's see an example of the first name. Here you can see the first letter is a caps letter, that is S is in upper format, A is in upper format, L is in upper format. I want everything to be in lower format. For that, I'll write is equal to lower and I'll open the parenthesis, and I'll select the text I want to convert to all lowercase. And I can close the bracket here. And let me click enter, and as you can see, everything is in lowercase now. You can double click on the right bottom corner of this cell to apply this formula to all the data. Done. Next, we'll talk about the uppercase. What if I want to convert every character in that particular cell into uppercase? For that, it is just similar to the lowercase function, but instead of the lower, you'll write upper. So is equal to upper and open the parenthesis. And inside the parenthesis, you can select the text you want to convert and close the parenthesis. Let's click enter, and as you can see, every character is in capital letter now. Let's autofill the remaining data by double clicking on the right bottom corner of this cell. Next, let us talk about proper, because in real time, you don't have to convert every character into lowercase or every character into uppercase. Maybe you have a name, or maybe you have something which you want the first letter to be capital and the remaining to be small letter. If you look at this particular example, it is in an improper format. The C is capital, the O is capital, remaining is lower. Here, some random letters T, O, J, these are capital, remaining are lower letters. No, you don't want that to happen. Now, to make this in a proper format, you can use the proper function. Is equal to proper, and open the parenthesis and select the text you want to make it proper. Now, you can close the parenthesis and click enter. See, the first letter is capital letter, remaining is small letters. Let's autofill this by clicking on the right bottom corner of this cell. Everything is converted. Now, the last letter was not O, it was 0. That's why it looks like this. It's not capital letter O. Okay, the next function we will talk about is ret. Now, if you want to repeat a particular text many times, you can use the function ret. For example, this gender male, I want to write male, 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 male 5 times or 4 times. You can use the function ret. So I'll write is equal to ret and open the parenthesis, and I'll select the text which I want to repeat. Each, comma, the number of times I want to repeat. Let's say I want to repeat it 3 times. I'll type in 3 and let me close the bracket and I'll click enter. See, male, 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 male. That's how. For autofilling, you can just double click on the right bottom corner of the cell. Next is a set of very interesting function, and it is really useful. What if you want to extract only the first 3 characters of a particular cell? For that, you can use the left function. Left, right, and middle are 3 functions used to extract a particular number of characters from either the left side or the right side or the middle side. I mean the middle position. Now, let's start with the left function. Let's say is equal to left and open the parenthesis, and let's select the text we want to extract the data from. Let's say the email ID. And you have to put a comma and type in the number of characters you want to extract. Now, let's say 4 is the number of characters I want to extract. Let's close the parenthesis and click enter. See, the first 4 letter of this particular email ID is extracted. Let's double click and it is filled. But I don't want the first 4 characters in everything. Maybe I want the user ID of this email. That is, I don't want the domain name. I don't want to know if it is at gmail.com or at yahoo.com. I just want the first name of the email ID. For that, you need to club the left function and the search function. Let's try it. So, instead of left function that we use now, let's type it again is equal to left. Open the parenthesis and the text is the email ID as before, then put comma. In the number of characters, what I want to know is that I want the X position. So let's put search function here is equal to search, and inside parenthesis we can put at as a string here inside double quotes. Now comma, What is the within text here? Again, email ID. I'll close the bracket here. Now, if I do this, I'll get the at as well in the answer. I'll show you what it is. Let me close the parenthesis and click enter. See, I got the value here, but that at the rate is also there at the end. I don't want that to appear here. For that, what you can do is, in the search function, you can put search minus 1. So if the position of at is at 8, I don't want the first 8 characters to be extracted from the left side. I want only 8 minus 1 characters to be extracted. Let's see now. See, I got the username from the email ID. Let's autofill this and see if it works for everything. As expected, it worked for everything. Now, let's get into the write function. Write function is very similar to left function, but the difference is that we'll extract it from the right side. Let's type in is equal to write and open the parenthesis and the text we want to extract data from. Let's say the company, and put a comma and type in the number of characters you want to extract. I want to extract the first 3 characters from the company name. And let's close the bracket. We are not extracting the first 3 characters, we are extracting the last 3 characters because we are extracting it from the right side of the text. Let's click enter, and as you can see, the last 3 characters of the company name here is PAN, and we got PAN. Let's autofill this by double clicking on the right bottom corner of the cell. Done. Now, the last function in this video is the mid function. Mid function is similar to left function and right function, but instead of extracting it from left or right, we'll extract it from the middle. For mid function, we'll start writing is equal to mid, and then let's open the bracket or the parenthesis, and we'll put the text we want to extract the data from. Let's say the email ID, and put a comma, and we need to know the start number. That is, for let function, we started extracting from the first thing, right? So in mid function, we'll start extracting from wherever you want it to. So if you tell start, it will ignore S, C and O, and it will start extracting from O till 5 characters. So let's say 3, and let's type in the number of characters we want to extract. Let's put it as 5. And now we can close the parenthesis and click on enter. See, we got 5 characters, but starting from the 4th position because we ignored starting from the 3rd position because we gave the start number as 3. Now let's double click on the right bottom corner and autofill this data. Done. Now, that is how you can use different functions on a text in your Excel. I hope this video was clear, and for more functions, I hope this video was clear and you understood how you can make modifications or alterations to your text in Excel. I have posted many other function videos in this channel. Please do watch them if you think that will help you.